you. Shit. We fucked it up. Okay, let's start again.
This is our first time doing this.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Long Shot. It's a podcast. Yes, welcome to The Long Shot. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good day, good noon, good night, good dawn, good dusk, good desk. I am one of your hosts. My name is Sean Conroy. With me today on the podcast is the other host, Amber Kenny is here.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm good.
We are recording in bright daylight.
Mm-hmm.
We're gushing in through both of our windows.
I know. I guess I could close the curtains. Is that distracting? But
No, it looks fine.
We're recording a little bit earlier than normal, and it was daylight savings time. So it's
I forgot about that.
It's like a double
change
whammy.
All my clocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not fun to be up late on Saturday. In fact, somebody told me on Saturday or Friday, they were like, it's going to be great. We can be out late on Saturday night and we get an extra hour. So that's how I was like proceeding with the whole thing.
You're raging.
Yeah. Turned out to be false.
No, it's so funny. The daylight savings changing time, it feels like no matter who you talk to, like one of you is going to be wrong. I've never had a conversation where both people are like, got it. I understand what is happening. Like there's always one person who's like, we're losing.
So are we going forward or are we going?
Yeah. And then you confuse yourself and you're like, maybe I have it wrong.
Right. No, it's very easy to remember because it's spring back, fall forward.
I had two friends come over at noon on Sunday and bring bagels and stuff, and it was really sweet. But we were talking about daylight savings time, and she was like, yeah, when is that? And I was like, it happened last night, because everyone just has their phone, so it's automatic.
Yeah.
And she's like, honestly, that makes me feel better. I thought I just slept in really, really late for myself.
Well, my experience was even weirder because I was like sitting in front of the TV at 1:30 in the morning trying to go to sleep. It was fucking impossible.
Did you see
for me
the
No, I did. I dozed off for like a second. And I woke up and it was 3:15 and I was like, holy shit, what happened? And then I realized that it was like the clock had changed, you know? So I can remember, years ago before everybody had phones back in when you had to communicate via cave painting.
Well, and if you accidentally turn it the wrong way, then you're extremely out of luck.
You're living in Hawaii for a period of time. No, I remember once I was supposed to do lights for an improv show in New York City, and I just didn't even think. I mean, it was before computers, so I didn't even think about daylight savings.
Right.
And I woke up and I was sitting around my house, and I was like, I should probably leave to get on the subway soon because it was all the way. I was like on the Lower East Side, and the show was all the way on the Upper West Side, and all the New York things. And all of a sudden my phone rang and this guy was like, where the fuck are you? And I was like, and I just completely missed all of the show because I had not woken up in time. I'm just saying I'm a bad person.
No. Yeah, and I always, like, whenever I'm like, daylight savings time, I am haunted by Paula Tompkins on our podcast talking about how it's just an hour. It's not that big of a deal. Like, why does everyone get so dramatic? And I'm like, but
it does. I got to say, it does make a difference to me to be able to harvest the corn early in the morning.
Well, and every year, like we talked about this when they came over for bagels, like every year it feels like we vote to abolish daylight savings.
I guess it came close last year and it didn't happen.
But like, what?
Yeah, nobody cares anymore. Like there's no reason to do it anymore. It was like a 19th century thing.
Like
or I don't
farming.
Know, yeah. It was like, we got to get, we got to have more.
The crops or the mules or whatever.
We got to give them more time to make crop circles so people can create theories about aliens.
Definitely.
But I think
Arizona just like opts out. So like their time, it's so confusing.
Arizona is the fucking worst. Opts out of daylight savings time. Last state to adopt Martin Luther King Day as a holiday. Kari Lake. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Scottsdale. Ugh. I just alienated all of our Scottsdale listeners. All right. Well, we always like to start the show with a segment that we call checking in. And it's always a toss-up whether I should go first or Amber should go first. We go back and forth. We take turns.
50-50.
Sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's her. I think today you should go first. So tell us what's going on, Amber.
Yeah. I mean, this has been going on for some time, but you'll see. I have a current story about it. But like I've been working out, like weight training, like lifting weights.
Cool.
And trying, strength training. It's supposed to be good for you.
Casey Johnson?
I don't.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I mean, what program are you following?
Oh, I have an app.
Mm-hmm.
I have an app. And it's great. We should be sponsored, but like the one I've always liked working out, and I even like working out at home by myself.
Yeah.
The hardest part would be like, okay, which workout should I do? And then you would spend like an hour trying to pick the workout. And you're like, well, now I don't have time to work out.
Right. Do I want to do Pilates? Do I want to ride a bike? Should I go for a run? Am I going to do mountain climbers? Should I go up the Stairmaster?
Right. Well, and then it's like, well, I hate doing those workouts, so I don't want to do that. But that means maybe I should do that because I hate doing it so much.
You got to do what you hate. Yeah. You should always do what you hate. Anything you hate, that means you should do it.
And I found like YouTube athletic people and different things that have programs, but they're only ever like 30 days. Mm-hmm. And so like the first 30 days are great, but then I'm like, I guess I just keep repeating these 30 days and I get bored really quickly. Right. And I also don't think like your body gets bored almost. Like you don't see as much.
That's my resting state. Like I am just bored all the time.
Bored body.
Yeah.
So I found this app and I'm paying for it. And I think that was also a barrier. It's like what we talked about with parking. For the longest time, I would do anything to not spend a penny. And then I'm like, this is something that will dramatically improve my life. Like maybe I should invest a little bit into it.
Well, that's why I was always willing to pay exorbitant rates for gym memberships. Because I knew that paying an exorbitant rate meant that I would be at the gym every day of the week, which is how I got this physique. It's a great example of logic. But anyway, go on.
So this app, like, it gives you a workout for every day of the week, and each week it's different, which it's like literally that's exactly what I needed. It's just it gives me so I'm not like overtraining any parts of my body, but I'm also not having to think about what to do.
Yeah.
And it's also really, really, really hard. Right. And I've been doing it for a while, and it's like this weird mix because I'm also trying to heal my relationship with my body. Sorry.
Hey, I'm with you. I have the same thing. You know, my body goes to the movies all the time without me. And I'm like, can we go together once in a while?
Well, what I mean is I'm trying to not work out just for the goal of like being thin. Mm-hmm. I spent a lot of my life just trying to be thin or thinking about being thin and I'm trying to like, it's hard because it's pretty deep-seated programming, but I'm trying to like Control-Alt-Delete, get rid of that. But just like when I work out truly, I'm happier and it's like, good for you. Yeah.
No, I mean, I've spent my entire life trying to work out to be fat, and then it really has worked so well. It's like I've killed it, and then I'm like, now what? You know, it's like it doesn't help in any way. So no, but
you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to divorce myself from like the number on the scale or like the gene
aesthetic.
Size.
Yeah.
And like that said, like I feel the sneaky little deep-seated parts of my brain being like, but how come you aren't losing weight? You know, like it's still there.
Well, and there's a million reasons for that. I mean, that's one of the things, you know, and we also live in a social media culture where there's a million people on fucking Instagram and TikTok and
it's
Squarespace.
Photoshopped and it's
and they're like, look, all you have to do is this for 30 days and you'll get 11 abs and you'll get the 12th on day 31. And it's like, no, you have been doing this for 25 years since you were 1 year old and you look incredible because you never didn't look incredible.
And you have good jeans is the other
you're wearing jeans that are the right size. That's what you're talking about?
No. I actually want to
fitting into
I want to edit that sentence. Not even good jeans. You have jeans that give you that type of body. Right. Because like fuck good and bad with bodies. I'm truly trying to change.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But and also the other like mantra that I'm kind of trying to talk myself into is like I don't want to see quick results because like that's like the quick fix. Quick fix, but then also quick to reverse the effects.
Quick break.
Yes.
Quick
like
fix, quick break.
I don't. Yes.
I'm just looking for an antonym for fix, and break was the first thing that came to mind.
What I mean is it would be the equivalent of like a crash diet. Like technically you can like drop a bunch of weight, but it's going to mostly be water weight or
all bananas day 1, all hot dogs day 2, and all eggs day 3, and you'll lose 50 pounds in a week.
Yeah. Right. And it's not sustainable at all. So I would rather like not see changes quickly, but like have this be like a lifestyle thing.
I'm doing very well with not seeing changes quickly, by the way.
Me too. But I keep trying to be like, this is what I want.
Yes, nothing has changed.
I think my pants are tighter.
I get what you're saying. I mean, you're absolutely right. It's like it can't be about like how big, my waist size or whatever. It's like changing your life, not changing what you look like, you know?
But that said, so the aesthetics is like, I really don't think I see any changes whatsoever. And I'm so proud of myself because in the past at this point, that would have been devastating and I would have like given up everything.
Yeah.
But I'm not exactly there yet. But I know that my body is changing, even though I don't see it, because I'm getting so much stronger. I had to buy a whole bunch of new weights, and like this is probably going to sound like nothing to you, but I'm a small girl, and so I had a pair of like 5-pound weights, 8-pound weights, and 15-pound weights.
Dumbbells.
So if you have 2 15s, that's 30. Math major.
No, I understand how addition works. Yeah. Or multiplication times 2.
And so the 15 were like my heavy weights. And now they're like my light weights.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty crazy to be like, I was like shaking, couldn't do one. And now I'm like, I think I need to get more weights because the coach on this app keeps saying like the last 2 should be almost impossible for you to finish.
You're just like tossing a 15-pound weight up and down. Like,
so I bought 10-pound weights because I had
one of them low.
Well, no, I had the 8 and the 15.
Yeah.
And there are some that like the 15 is still a little heavy, but the 8 was easy. Like I needed something in between.
Well, yeah, of course. Different exercises are going to be easier
muscles.
and harder depending on what muscles you're using.
So I bought 2 10-pound weights, 2 20-pound weights, and 2 25-pound weights.
Holy shit. That means 25 and 25. That means you're lifting 40 pounds with both of those.
Almost, nearly. But so it's exciting. Like I'm looking to my left because that's where they all are. And it looks comical. Like it looks like, who am I? Like, oh, and that's the other thing. I know my body's changing because I get so goddamn hungry. Like I am like, do I need to get protein shakes? Like if we go too long before the meal, I'm just like, I need to eat.
Yeah. Because you're burning calories. You're you know. And I mean, you know, with the whole weight loss thing, that's the thing they always say is like, you can work out all you want, but you can't outrun your fork. And I just want to say definitively, I have proven that to be false.
Wait,
because I have
can't outrun your what?
Your fork.
Oh.
And I have raced like I go to the park and I put the fork down and blow a whistle and I am gone. And the fork is just, doesn't even come close. So bullshit.
So I definitely ruined the timing of that, but I was like, what did you say?
There was no timing. It was nothing. It didn't make any difference.
But it's so like that is cool. And the other day I did 25 push-ups not on my knees, like, and I was able to do them. Like,
holy shit, that's a lot of push-ups.
These are like accomplishments.
If you do 25 push-ups and then you do 25 more,
that's 50 almost.
Yeah.
Almost. But getting the dumbbells. So for a few weeks now, I'm like, I think I need heavier dumbbells. But like, how do I go to the store and just like, could I have 110 pounds worth of weights? Like, and then just like
you can do that though. They sell sets that you.
But like, how would I even get them home? Is what I'm saying.
I also think it's funny if you walk in the store and you go, "Hi, I'd like a heavy dumbbell," and some guy just walks out and is like, "What can I do for you?" That's a great joke.
Anyway, I couldn't figure out the logistics of carrying them, so I ended up ordering them, and I'm like, sorry, FedEx guy, I made you deal with it. But they all came in separate packages, which made me feel better because I was like, oh boy, sorry everyone.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the poor FedEx guy is walking up and down the stairs and he has them in the wrong order. So he's like, this is only 5 pounds. This is great. Right. This is 20 pounds. Holy shit. 40 pounds. Jesus Christ. But so you got like 2 dumbbells that you can add more and more weight to?
No.
Oh, just the single.
I have the 25s, right, the 20s. And I like it. And Jeff was like, might as well get the 30s. And I was like, I'm not there yet. He's like, you're gonna be before you know it. So maybe. But
act as if is what they say. Act as if you can lift 30 twice of 30.
Totally. Yeah. I haven't even tried the 25 yet. Because the whole point is like, I want to be able to progress to something. Mm-hmm. But yesterday I worked out with the 20s and it is different than 15. I will tell you that.
Yeah. But that's the point. That's the point is like consistency and progression. Those are the things, you know?
Right.
Can I ask what a typical workout would be?
Yeah, it's...
I mean, I know it's different every day, so you don't have to go through all 7.
Well, like this coach's program is her whole thing is 2 days of Pilates, 3 days of strength training, 1 day of like cardio. She calls it conditioning, and 1 day of recovery. And so today was Pilates. And so it's just a lot of like abs and butt.
And is that you're watching a video to do that, or how does that work?
Yeah, on my phone. But like the strength
I was going
training
like this, and you're like, my phone is much smaller than
that. The strength training ones, which I think you're asking about more.
That really is what I'm asking about. I don't give a shit about Pilates.
Well, that's the other thing is occasionally she'll spring an exercise up that I'm like, I don't have that stuff, lady. Like she always has modifications if you don't have the equipment. But there was one yesterday that it was supposed to be a squat jump on, like you were on the ground and then you squat jump onto 2 separate benches next to you into a squat and then keep doing that. And I was like,
that's called a squat jump, separate benches. Keep doing that. I've heard of that exercise.
But she's like, you could just do a weighted jump squat if you don't have that. Yeah. But like that was a hard one. A lot of like Bulgarian split squats.
I hate Bulgarian split squats because I don't have a bench, so I do it with like a folding chair, and it's a fucking nightmare.
Right. That's another one that feels like a victory because at first I was like, I can't even move my leg. Nothing's happening, and now I'm doing it. So it still sucks and I hate it, but I'm physically doing it.
Sorry, I interrupted you while you were talking about it, but just to describe for people what a Bulgarian split squat is, it's when you put one of your feet up on a bench behind you and the other foot is on the ground, and you use the foot on the ground to squat down and stand up. And the whole time you have to speak with a Bulgarian accent.
Yes. So. Well, and like, so the foot that is on a bench, that leg, like the knee even taps the ground. You get that low. Right. It's tough. And I do those with weights. It's crazy. And because we don't live in a mansion, I don't have a dedicated gym. Like if I want to work out when Jeff is working, I'll work out here. But if Jeff is off work and I want to work out and he's in the living room, I don't want to bug him. So I'll work out in his office.
That's a workout in itself, moving the dumbbells back. That's what I was going to say,
because I can't do it all in one trip now. And so he's just like, oh my God. And I'm like, he's like, I got to get you a wagon or something.
Look, I'm doing Bulgarian split squats, jumping squats to 2 benches over and over again, presses, curls. So I need the 8s, the 10s, the 15s, the 20s, and the 25s. Like you're just setting up for like a half an hour.
Totally. And there's like banded ones and like, so, to give you a better idea. So like this week, Monday was Pilates. Tomorrow will be like leg strength day. Wednesday is arm strength day. I think Thursday's the conditioning. Friday's another Pilates. Sunday would be a full body strength, or Saturday would be a full body strength. And then Sunday's the recovery. So it's just like stretching and sometimes going for a long walk.
It sounds like Sunday is just bullshit. Like,
well,
she couldn't think of anything. And she was like, this is when you don't do anything. Well, you just go for a walk.
Your body needs to recover. Like,
I mean, does it though?
Yes, it does. But the other thing, why I paused when I was saying that is it's worked out where I'm able to work out after work most days, but Wednesdays, it just hasn't been working out. I don't have as much time. All of the workouts are like 45 to 50 minutes. And they include a warm up and a stretch, which I also like because other time I know that I should do it, but it's like,
that's the hardest part for me. And it's because it's so fucking boring to do that stuff, you know? To just sit on the ground and go, let me feel a stretch in my psoas muscle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugh, get me out of here.
So Wednesdays, I don't have enough time. So I usually do recovery day on Wednesday. And it works out fine, but it is funny because it'll be Saturday and she's like, Friday, fam. And I'm like, no, it's not Friday. You know?
Shit, I missed daylight savings time again and I'm on the wrong day.
But yeah, I'm excited. I've been doing it consistently since before Christmas.
That's great.
But that's what I mean. Like, old me by now would have been like, I should be like a swimsuit model, but I feel like I look the same, but I'm very strong. I really am very strong.
Well, and you've been doing it since before Christmas. So let's say it's been 3 months. It's like you got to think in terms of years when you're doing that stuff. Right. To see real. And the other thing is, like, you see yourself every day. Well, I don't know. Do you have any mirrors in your apartment, or are you one of those vampire places?
A couple. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the other. Yeah, there might be changes that I am unaware.
But you're just like in my mind, I look the same now as I did when I was 5 years old because I've never noticed that things. Because
it's a very subtle change.
I look the same. You know. I also should say that I did have a gray beard when I was 5. That's when it started.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah, it was great. People loved me. But that's part of the problem too, is that you don't necessarily see it, and then you like weigh yourself on the scale, and that doesn't really show anything. But that could also be because your body weight fluctuates because of water retention, or you're more muscle and less fat.
I'm clearly building muscle. So right now I'm not. I've stopped weighing myself because it's like it's either staying the same or getting higher, and it is what it is.
Right. And all that's going to do is make you go, fuck this.
Yeah. But it feels like it feels healthy. It feels like I'm like building muscle.
But that's the main thing is like you feel better. You feel, and exercise has psychological effects. They've done a couple of studies on that.
I haven't heard anything.
Well, I don't have it in front of me. I don't have the data right now.
I just started doing it on a whim.
I just feel like there's studies out there that prove that it has an effect on depression and an effect on mood. It could be bullshit. It could be some Fauci conspiracy that he's probably making money every time you buy a new set of dumbbells. But I bet Rand Paul will get to the bottom of it.
Big dumbbell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's one exercise that are like slams, I think is what she calls them. And you're supposed to have like a weighted medicine ball and just throw it on the ground over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a weighted medicine ball. And I live like in an apartment with, and so she's like, you can just do it body weight or with a pillow. And so I did it once with a pillow, and Jeff came into the room and he's like, what are you doing? And I just went slams and kept going because I was like, I'm too busy. I can't.
Let the boys be boys. Yeah.
But like, he's like, you can't just say slams as though that's a thing.
Yeah. I've done the slam thing. It's like, because that's a whole body exercise.
Yeah.
It's like everything.
It's supposed to be like kind of cardio and strength.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah. I have a gym in my home as well at this point, because during the pandemic, I was like, I got to do something. And it, again, I have, been very focused on getting fatter for years, and it's going swimmingly. But I like being able to just like hop into the gym right from here without driving,
Yes.
I had a huge argument with somebody about that the other day, who was like, I think it's better to go to the gym because there's people around and you're more motivated and whatever. And now that person and I are no longer speaking because
they can feel that way. It doesn't mean you have to.
I guess I should not have provoked that into an argument. They were just saying, like, they were just giving their opinion. And
yeah, like, oh, this is what works bullshit. For me. Well, and I
am too confrontational sometimes.
I hate the idea of like, I love hate. I like the idea of like a class or like having an instructor.
That's what they were saying. I like going to classes, and I was like, fuck that.
But I hate the idea that like, if I got home 5 minutes earlier, like I could work out exactly then instead of like waiting around for the class or,
I also, especially during the pandemic, I'm a little better now, not by a lot, but during the pandemic, I was living on such a weird schedule. I was like staying up till 5 a.m. So there was a lot of times where I was doing workouts at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, which isn't the best way to go, but it was a fucking worldwide pandemic. Nobody gave a shit,
Totally.
But I think that's great. And I respect and admire what you are doing. That's fantastic.
Thank you. That's
I think we should both, like, you should take a picture of all your dumbbells, and I'll take a picture of all my kettlebells, and we should send them to Aaron so he can insert them into this part of the podcast.
I'll put them
arrange them neatly, like make it a social media ready
I'll make it
photo.
Pleasing. Because I've got ones that are hilarious. I think I adopted them honestly from Jamie like 10 years ago, that are like 1 pound, that I'm like, what am I gonna ever do with this? But I guess it's good.
Meanwhile, Jamie just bought 8-ounce weights. Like he's going down. He's like, I'm starting over. I'm starting the Immaculata again. But that's great. That's great. You should be proud of yourself.
Oh, thanks.
And I'll just say this. I mentioned that person, Casey Johnson, before, only because when I was talking to somebody yesterday, a woman who was talking about how she had been lifting weights, and she was,
and that was the trainer she's working with?
Well, no. It was somebody that I was aware of. I get this person's newsletter on a regular basis, and it's a woman.
Okay, and you keep saying that very accusatory.
It's a woman, so it's all bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is this broad talking about? No, but she's approaching it from the point of view of, because I think weightlifting is not typically that something. I think there's a thing with women where they go, I'm going to get bulky and muscular and I don't want to look like that. And her thing is like, you're going to feel so much better and you're not going to get bulky and muscular unless you like
really take steroids work at it.
But she has a newsletter that comes out every week that, and it's also very much about what you're talking about in terms of like body positivity, because I think this was somebody who suffered maybe from some eating disorders and was like,
is she a human person?
No, she's a woman. She's a woman.
Because I feel like that is the population most affected with body image issues that I've discovered is human people in our society.
Absolutely.
Like 100% of that population.
Yeah, it's not good. But anyway, her whole thing is like, eat well, lift weights, feel better about yourself. Whatever your body looks like when you do that is great because you're just going to feel so much better.
Totally.
You know? And she does a lot of takedowns of like Instagram influencers. Like people who go, all you have to do is do this for 12 days and you're going to, and she's like, no.
That's never true.
Yeah.
You have to do it for 5 years and then we'll talk.
Or just have never been out of shape in any way. Like you maintained your same abs from when you were 13 years old or whatever, you know. That was when I had my peak abs.
Well, that was so this app has like a chat function. And
of course it does. Hey, let's talk about Pilates, blah, 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 blah.
But a lot of it's like, oh, right. Like I have graduated out of a certain way of thinking about my body and society, but a lot of other people haven't. So I just have to not look at it a lot of the time because it'll be like, multiple things that like, again, could have been triggering if I wasn't so mindful about it is like people posting like before and after pictures of like, again, to your point, like 6 weeks of working out.
Right.
They're upset that they're not seeing more results. And it's a very thin person and a slightly thinner person. Like, it's just like, you were never fat.
The same person or two different people? See, that would be cool to me if it would be like before and then it was a different person after.
Yeah, that would be cool. A frog.
Not a human person, an amphibian.
I didn't want to have a body image issue, so I am now a frog.
Don't my legs look great? I can jump so far. I jumped all the way through Calaveras County.
But like, what I mean is the before picture is what a lot of people's would give their right arm to have.
Right.
Like, and there's something very disconnected and like not sensitive about that. I don't know.
Right. No, it's like they post their before picture and they're like, I can't believe what a piece of shit I look like. And now I look a little bit better. And it's like, that is not a before. That is in the middle. That's not even, towards the end. Like, it's not, before is like, everybody should have to take a before picture with
like the day they were born. I guess.
Get it or like get it photoshopped so you look horrible,
Yeah.
Instead of saying to people, well, this is where I was at before. Can you believe it? What a piece of shit I am.
Like, I just imagine seeing that before picture and being like, ugh, I need to get into shape. I am disgusting.
Right. But also, like, here's another, I mean, this is...
It makes me sad for them. Like, it's not even, like, I'm not even judging them. It's just like, I wish you could just like yourself a little bit more. Like,
But also to your point about like societal body image stuff, I can remember when I was like in college and I was like, what a fucking fat piece of shit I am. Oh, and you see
pictures now and you're
like... And it was like 90 pounds ago, you know?
Right.
And so it is either I have to completely transform everything, or I have to start going, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah. I'm working on things, look at this. I have a muscle here that I can show off,
And at the risk of getting way too crunchy granola for you, but like, your body's keeping you alive. It's doing a lot of good work for you every day. And to spend all day long saying mean things about it, it just feels disrespectful. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's why my body goes to the movies by itself all the time, and I'm trying to heal our relationship. It's like I want to see everything everywhere all at once, and fuck you, you can't come. And I'm like, God damn it. Because it knows that I'll be like, you're a fat piece of shit. But we're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I know. I think we did it. We solved it. Right. Body issues are done.
Over. Completely over. Well, mine is sort of related to body image issues as well, because as you know, we talked, I can't remember, I guess it was last week, we talked about wearing pants or something like that. Was it last week? Yeah. So, folks, if you're tuning into the podcast for the first time, we start
wear pants.
We sometimes have discussions that are very rudimentary about skills that people should have acquired by this time in life, and they have failed to do so. So last week we had a whole episode about whether or not people were able to wear pants. No, it was about I was worried that I didn't have pants to wear to this very high-end club. That, by the way, I should tell people, Amber, if you listen to that episode, Amber was very certain that she knew what club it was. She was not correct. But so this saga continues because I did manage to pull it off that week. That was what we discussed. Yes. It's always a fucking gate. So Pantsgate, yeah. So I was able to pull it off. I looked fine. It was still a weird day where
spoke rich. I
spoke rich, right. The boss was late. I was there with people I didn't know. They were accusing me of stealing napkins. Anyway, listen to the old episode. But now, here's where we are in current events, is I have to go back to that club for the actual speech.
Oh, right.
I have to be there for the luncheon at which this person is speaking, which means I have to wear a different pants to that situation.
Just a big brooch to take the attention off of the pants.
Just a squid on it. I don't know what that is, but it creeps me out. But so here's what happened. I had that one pair of khakis that were like fine, and
it did the job,
right? But then I'm looking through the closet. I'm like, I don't have anything else. I mean, not to sound like a pretty princess, but like, I don't have anything else to wear. I don't have anything to wear, except the princess would be looking at like acres of clothing and saying,
and for me, I was like,
I just don't have anything. Like, I don't have another. So I go in my closet, and there is a pair of pants in there that I bought several years ago on the World Wide Web. Like, I purchased it via mail order or email order.
Mail order.
From the Sears Roebuck catalog. No.
You went down to the general store and got it on
Give
credit.
Me a couple of pairs of pants, Harry, and I'll take one of these peppermint sticks while I'm waiting. Send a telegram to the big city and get me a couple of pairs of pants.
And then everyone's like, did you hear Sean Conroy is buying pants? He must have come into some money.
So I forget. I don't even remember what I ordered these for. Like, I thought I was going to wear them to something, but I never even opened them. They were just in a plastic bag of some sort.
You might have gotten them right before everything
That's
shut
possible.
down.
That I was about to go to something and then everything shut down. By the way, give my best to Smudgy.
I know. Hold on. I don't want you to be interrupted. So give me 1 second.
Okay. Folks, I am stalling right now because Amber is taking care of her dog. And while she's gone, let's talk about the fact that Pilates is bullshit. I was just about to get to the idea that I wrote a joke years ago that Pilates was invented by the great Roman governor Pontius Pilates, but I didn't get that far. So I find these pants. They're in the closet. They're in a plastic bag. And I'm like, I know these don't fit properly, but I'll take them to somebody who can make them fit, which of course you know who that person is, right?
A tailor.
Yes, a tailor. A tailor. Since the dawn of time, it has been the tailor's responsibility to make the garment fit properly. Back then, it was simple furs. They would sew the furs for the cavemen. So I go to this I go. Okay, here's what happened. I find I had a tailor in the cleaners right down the hill from me. Gone. There was a tailor over by.
I bet the tailor business got hit pretty hard in the pandemic. I didn't even think of that.
Over by Gelson's. Gone.
Dang.
I find another tailor down on Hollywood Boulevard. I go down there.
Gone.
First of all, well, no. That was the fucked up thing. Is like I'm walking down toward, like, I parked the car. I'm walking down towards Hollywood Boulevard. There's a woman walking right in front of me who has very tight clothing on and very attractive.
Yeah. Hello. And so your eyes turned into hearts. Your tongue rolled out.
Right. No, but of course what happened was she turned onto Hollywood Boulevard and there was just a whole cluster of dudes hanging out in front of this building who just were being disgusting, you know? And I had to like shove my way through these guys to get to the building that the tailor shop was in. And they all moved out of the way, but then the door is locked and I'm just standing there with like an armload because I had other stuff besides these pants. I had another pair of pants. I had a sweatshirt that the zipper was broken on. Long tailor story. But I can't get into the building. I dial. It says...
You know who can help you trim
that? Storyteller? Hi, I'm a storyteller. Yes, tell us a story. No. Storyteller. But I dial the number for the building. I get this line has been disconnected, but then somebody's coming out. I go into the building. The tailor shop is there. It's just dark. And so that one's no good. I can't do that. So I'm just like, I'm literally aimlessly driving around Los Angeles trying to figure out.
Take my pants.
And I was trying to take my car to the service station because I had a lot of places to go that weekend. And I'm driving towards the service station. I see a cleaners across the street from the place I'm going to drop the car off at. And I called the cleaners and I was like, do you have tailor services? They're like, yes. I go in, bring the pants. First, she tells me I have to throw away the sweatshirt because the zipper is too broken to fix. I'm like, okay, it's gone.
Also, can I just keep it and have a broken, did she decide
she's
for
like,
you?
Not worth it. It's no good. It's no good. I don't know where she was from. I think she might have been Russian or French or Thousand Islands. But so she's like, it's no good. Throw it away. It's good. The zipper, it would have been too expensive to fix the zipper. It would cost more than the sweatshirt cost because it was like kind of a cheap sweatshirt. But then I have these jeans and I put the jeans on and I'm like, I want these, hemmed. And she's like, that's too big. It's a big size. Too big for you. You cannot wear these jeans. It pleats in the front. It looks terrible. Why do you wear these? And I'm like, whoa, slow down. And I just said, look, they don't make clothes that fit me exactly, and I don't have the budget to do that. So this is as close as I'm going to get.
I'm trying to come to you because I know they don't fit right.
It gets worse than that. So she's like, fine. I hemmed them. And she like puts then I pull the other pants out and she fucking loses her mind. She's like, too big. What are you doing? Why are you bringing these? You cannot wear these pants. Look at them. And I have them on, and she's like pulling at the butt and going, look how baggy, you cannot wear these pants. No, take them back. And I'm like, I am here. Like you said, I'm at the tailor so I can get my clothes adjusted. And she's like, no, you cannot do this. So, and these are the ones that I'm going to wear to this fucking thing. So I'm like, okay. And of course, what am I going to do? Argue a tailor into tailoring my clothing? I'm like, I got to take these back. So I knew where I had bought them from online, but I wanted to do it right then. So I took them back to a store that was the same company.
But they get mad about that. Like,
oh, well, it was even worse than that. Yeah. First of all, they were, yeah. Well, and I had bought them years ago. I did not have a receipt of any kind.
Sell these anymore.
I had tags for them. Yeah. Well, and so the place I got them from was like a big and tall store.
Riches.
No one wears pants this short anymore, sir. You're trying to dress as a newsboy? Come on. But so yeah, so it was a big and tall store called Destination XL, and I went in with these pants because I just ripped the tags off to take them to the tailor. So I had the tags, and I was like, I have these and whatever, and they were like, oh, and I said, yeah, I bought them like 4 or 5 years ago, and I don't have the receipt. And they just were like, they didn't even get mad. They just looked at me like I was insane. Yes. What are you thinking bringing these back? And I was like, I don't know. And then the guy goes, all we can do is
just got really mad at me.
I'm following the directions of a tailor. But he goes, all we can do is give you. If she was
here, you would probably listen.
All we can do is give you store credit. And I was like, great. I'm looking to buy another. And so then they had to call a supervisor to look them up because they couldn't find them in the machine. And then the supervisor was like, we don't sell these. And I don't think we ever did. I think these might be, and I think it was like J.C. Penney or something. She was like, I think these might be from And I was like, yes, that's where I bought them from. I should not have brought these back.
You were like accidentally scamming the store out of a single
the classic
pair of
returning J.C. Penney pants to Destination XL scam.
A single pair of pants.
Also, do you have change of a $20 bill? I have a $20 bill in this envelope. God. So I'm like, I'm going to go buy a pair of pants from here anyway.
Yeah, let's do it from scratch, huh?
I'm going to do it. Yeah,
this is a cursed pair of pants.
So I go and I, find, and here's another problem is that I don't know if I got the right kind of pants. Like, I have an idea of that this is going to look okay when I go to this thing.
But you're not like a stylist.
I'm not a stylist. There might be people that are judging me. There might be people going like, the fuck is this asshole wearing? So we'll see what happens. But I get these pants.
Are they?
I don't want to get into it because I don't want to, no spoilers. And also because if I'm wrong, it will make me sound absurd.
Oh man, I want a pic of the outfit day of at least.
I will do that. But I take the pants. And by the way, just to be clear, this fucking store that I went to get the pants that the tailor couldn't adjust the pants, which is the fucking tailor's job. The tailor was in Los Feliz. Mm-mm. The store was in Woodland Hills. So it was like I drove.
You can just make pants in the time.
Yeah, can you just sew me up a pair? No, I can give you chaps. You can wear chaps. Just assless chaps at a very fancy club.
How big were these pants that they pissed her off?
It was crazy. So anyway, I get the pants. I go back to the tailor, I'm like, basically, I'm like a hit dog at this point. Like, I'm like,
are these pants
okay? The dressing room. Is she going to get mad at me again? Like, I literally don't know what's going to happen. If she yells at me, I'm going to have a breakdown because I can't go back to Woodland Hills, I'm like, please tell me these pants are okay.
Just buy me pants.
And so I come out of the dressing room, and I say dressing room. It was literally like a curtain hanging from the wall that I had to put over my back to change there was no room to do anything in there.
Yeah.
And I come out, and it's that moment of like, I'm standing on a little box with my little pants on and my little sneakers. And she's like walking back and forth like this. She's like looking at them. She's like tugging at the butt a little bit, like going like, and she goes, see how much better than the other.
Were you so happy when you heard that?
I was thrilled. And I was like, can you hem these? And she's like, I'm actually not the tailor. No, she's
like, no, they're perfect.
Yes. So she did. She hemmed them, and I went and picked them up today. But like, what a fucking nightmare. Like, your job is to fix the pants. Like, don't tell me. But she was adamant that she wouldn't do it unless I got a smaller size of pants.
Well, because I guess it would have just been like a ton of pleats or something. Like,
it just would have been super baggy in the back, and she did not. Yeah. She wanted me to look.
She wanted you to look good.
She is a body positivity person, and she's like, she didn't actually say this, but I could tell this is what she meant.
She's
she was like,
get that booty out to the people.
Yeah. Your ass is one of the greatest I've ever seen, and I want people to understand that when you walk by. I want them to be like, you want some fries to go with that shake? Let them see the junk in the trunk. So anyway, I got the pants, but now I'm like, is this going to be okay? I have no idea. So we'll see what happens. So that's my checking in. Another great pants story.
Love it.
I just don't get it. Like, why? Well, whatever. It worked out, but like, the whole reason the tailor is there is to fix these things. And
I mean, not that I'm defending her, but
here's why she was right and you were wrong. I get where you're going.
No, but I get if it was like in such a state or like such a different size in your body that there's like a limited amount of what she could do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think this would have been you, but she's probably had customers in the past who they get it back and they're like, this looks like shit. And she's like, yeah, it's not the right size pants. Like,
right.
There's only so much I could do.
Right. She doesn't know that I'm
that you
accepting of constant humiliation.
Well, she does now.
She'll do it again. Oh, look who it is. That was funny too, because she was sitting there like cutting something or sewing, doing some kind of tailor thing when I came in, and I was literally, I walked into the store and I was like, I'm back. Like, so
sad.
So filled with trepidation. Like, please don't hurt me. So we'll see what happens. It could be, I could become the object of ridicule, but at least my pants will fit properly.
Yes.
Even if they're the wrong kind of pants. And I think they'll pass the dress code. Well, you'll find out when you see.
You'd be surprised.
Yes. I found a way. All right. Well, it seems like it's a time on the show that we like to call parting shots. So why don't we start parting shots today with Amber?
Sure. This is a quickie, a little nugget, but when I walk Smudgy in the morning, often he finds chicken wings. I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before.
That's a constant thing for dogs in Los Angeles.
I don't know is this, like, I guess listeners weigh in the YouTube comments.
It might be everywhere, right?
Like, yeah, is this like a citywide problem or is this a very unique to Los Angeles? But it feels like you can't go a block without just.
No, I mean, I think I said this the last time. Yeah, I think I said this the last time you brought this up. But like, I just remember because when I first came to LA, I stayed. I mean, this was probably 20 something years ago. I stayed in Andy Daly's apartment while he was out of town and took care of his dogs. They had 2 dogs, so I would walk the dogs.
And you were allergic.
Well, I think it got worse after that. Like I was okay initially. And by the way, I think I'm getting better. Like
nice.
Spent time with a dog recently and it's gone okay. Yeah, I've been, part of it is because I go to dog parks and crawl around, so there's like fresh air.
Do you like my
pants? Nope. You look ridiculous. You need to go see a tailor. Do you need a recommendation? But there just was always chicken wings in the bushes, everywhere. Yeah. I don't know how this happens.
Yeah, I don't know. But yesterday, like, Los Angeles one-upped itself, and I was walking Smudgy. It was dark out. It was early, and I looked down, and he has an entire turkey leg, like what they sell at amusement parks. And I was like, why is this on the streets? What is happening? And it was like the size of him, it was absurd, but he was like, this is mine, I've earned it fair and square. He was very protective of it. He even had to stop and poop. Like he's like, when he gets a score like that, he immediately is like, we're going home. Like he's like, I want to go home and I want to chew this. So he turned around, he's like, we're going home, and he was very steadfast. And at one point he even had to poop. He stopped to poop, but the whole time
goes.
The whole time he was pooping, he was growling like, "Mama, don't you touch my chicken leg? My turkey leg. It's my goddamn turkey leg." And it must have been strength training for him. He was like me with this 20-pound weight. It was
jaws. He's gonna have like Rottweiler jaws.
1000%. And there's nothing I could do. This might make me a bad pet parent, but he is very tenacious and food guardy, and history has shown that he will bite. So I was just like, guess that's your turkey leg, man. Like, enjoy. And I was like,
look, you said no chicken wings. You didn't say jack shit about turkey legs.
So we went home, and I was like, you are absolutely not bringing that in the house.
I think I will. Let's see what happens.
And I still wanted to get steps because I usually like our morning walks. So I paced around our parking area, and he gnawed this turkey leg. And it was just like, what is this? But I will send you pictures. It is obscene. Yeah. It is crazy.
The perils of dog ownership.
Like what I mean is, I told this story to my friends that came over, and they're like, oh, that's funny. And then I showed them the picture, and they were like, holy shit.
It's like half the size of his body.
Yes.
It'd be like if I just came home with a cow.
Right. And then he was very tired afterwards. I was like, yeah.
Well, tryptophan obviously has an effect on everybody.
So I'm excited. If this is sort of like my life is sketch comedy, and Smudgy finding bigger and bigger bones is the game. Like
a Tyrannosaurus bone.
Like I'm excited to see where we can go from here.
Who knew there were fossils in Los Feliz?
But truly, who walks down the street and just like tosses a turkey? Like I don't understand.
Like it's like a drive-by. Like somebody's like, we got to get rid of this. We got to get rid of this turkey leg. Look, drive over to Los Feliz. We'll throw it out the window. Some dog will get it. Like they murdered somebody with a turkey leg.
Well, and that's the other thing. I was like, there's other dogs in the neighborhood, and there's coyotes, there's like critters, but it seems like Smudgy's the only one on the case. Like no one else is helping him out.
There's such a volume of bones that every dog is walking around with like a giant turkey leg in its mouth. All right, here is my parting shot. I've been thinking about this recently. We've done this before, and I would like to do it again. Years ago, we had Long Shot Podcast T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had the Madam Panther T-shirts.
Which I never had. Isn't that crazy?
I had one. I don't know if I still have it, but they were nice. They were nice shirts.
And it's easy now. Like you could do like short order, I think. Yeah, right. We should definitely do something.
So this was what I was going to say. I have ideas for T-shirts. Obviously, you can't get like a billion of them. Right. You know, you don't want to have like 90 designs.
Well, we could do sort of like a on demand. Like you purchase it. And then
but even with that, I think having like 3 or 4 that we want to sell would be good rather than like.
No.
I want one that says episode 423. Like
every sentence we've ever said individually.
But what I'm curious to know, because like I said, I have some ideas, but then I'm also like, am I just not focusing on the parts of the show that people like? So I would like it if people, first of all, go to the YouTube Sean Conroy Gets Happier channel and smash that like and subscribe button.
Tell us about dog bones in your city.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely tell us about dog bones, because I really am curious about that.
Chicken wings. Yeah.
Chicken wings. Sorry. Is that a thing that happens everywhere?
I was
echoing you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, tell us if that happens where you live. Is that just a thing? Like, is there just a nationwide plague of chicken wings? Because that is insane.
It's crazy.
And then if you have ideas, and I'm not guaranteeing that we will accept any of these ideas. I always like to give discouragement I call it discouragement. Like, don't think just because you have a great idea that we're going to do your idea, but we might. You never know. Because I would like to hear from people, like, what stuff would be fun on a T-shirt directly related to this show. Because otherwise, we'll end up selling T-shirts that just say, you know, born on a mountain, raised in a cave, trucking and fucking is all I crave. You know,
right?
Which doesn't have anything to do with this show, although it's a good philosophy. So that's my parting shot, is put that in the comments on YouTube.
That's fun.
Yeah. And we'll see. I mean, we don't have a producer slowing us down anymore, so we might actually get some things done.
Or 2 other hosts.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it would be fun to do that again, because it's been a long time.
I wear my long shot T-shirt all the time.
I don't, because it's too tight for me. But now that I'm into body positivity, I might just be that guy.
You gotta wear
T-shirt is way too tight and his gut is hanging out beneath
and your pants are too big.
Yes. I still have those giant pants. I don't know what to do with them, because the tailor won't fix them, and I can't wear them because they'll just fall down.
Right.
So maybe I can wear those with the Long Shot Podcast T-shirt. All right, folks. This has been The Long Shot. It is a podcast. We release these every week. Thank you so much for listening. Smash that like and subscribe. I like saying smash. I don't know that that's what you should do, but, ring that bell, lick that stamp, whatever you want to do.
Getting farther away.
I don't even know what that means. And we will see you next time on The Long Shot. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
How do I stop this? I hope Aaron leaves this part in, because this is
definitely will.
God damn it.
I can tell you're recording.
Yeah, I can't find the button. Where is it?
There should be a record button at the bottom.
There was when I started it, but now I don't see it.
Is there one that looks like pause?
Well, undo it. Simply untape or unglue it. You can punch a hole through it and repair it with me. I got better. Running right through the center where the curves and the video store used to be. Though before that, in a much earlier format, it's just an old floor mat. You wipe off your feet, goes to show you that you're soft to the touch, and I'm a tattoo you only got half through, 'cause you said it hurts you too much. Can we just assume